Ready when you are. Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Lucas, and with me is my best friend.
NC.
And today we're going to talk to you about dating. What does it mean? Have we done it? Are we gonna do it?
Have we already done
Have
it?
we already done it? I don't know. Dating it, that is, not sex.
I mean, maybe both.
Maybe both.
That's another topic for another time.
Another topic for another time. Well, to introduce ourselves, I guess I'll start. My name is Lucas, as I've already said. I'm 21. I'm gonna be 22 in less than a month. I want to be open and honest with everybody and let you know right up front that I'm trans, or to lengthen that word, transgender, just in case you live under a rock and didn't know what that means. I'm also gay, so I'm a trans guy who likes other guys. Hopefully that's not too big for people to understand. Hopefully you got that. It's not confusing. If it is, I'm sure we'll have an email where you can send your questions to. Yeah, that's me. What about you, NC? Who are you?
Hi, I'm NC, as we already said. I'm 21 for drinking reasons. We live in Cali.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big gamer. I think that's about it.
And
I'm straight.
yes.
Almost forgot about that. That's very important for our broadcast today.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start out with our first question. I'm asking both of us this. Are you dating right now? Have you dated? And if so, for either of those, I guess, talk about it. So, do you want to go first or should I go first?
I'll go first because you
Okay.
went first last time.
Yeah.
I am currently dating. We met on Xbox 3 years ago. Maybe about 4 now. I don't know. Time passed. So we've been dating for 4 months. It's about to be 5. Valentine's Day. Okay. So we met on Xbox. His best friend was my friend first, and then his best friend introduced me to him. And at first we were just flirt, but my best friend at the time did not like him. She thought he was a creep, and she was just like, "Oh no." So I feel like she kind of still thinks that, but she accepted it now that we're dating. So
I think he's fine.
well, because he is. In more ways than one. Okay.
Oh. I've never met him or really talked to him, but he seems cool.
He always says hi to
Yeah.
Lucas. He's like, "Hi, Lucas."
I say hi back.
But yeah, so originally when we started dating, it was just kind of like hey, I'm over all the bullshit that's happening, and I feel like me and you would really connect, and we would have a good time, and it could really become something more. And so we just went on a date. It was supposed to be by his birthday, so somewhere in September. We went on a date, and it went really well. So yeah, we're still dating.
Yeah, and another thing about them is that they're long distance as well.
Yeah, he lives 3 hours away.
I mean, that's not extreme long distance, but it's still long distance. It's still long distance,
especially with gas prices in Cali. Woo!
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, and I'm the only one who drives in the relationship, so that makes it even harder.
Longer.
Not
harder, but it's just another thing that is, I guess. For me, am I dating right now? I'm not exclusive.
He's talking.
I'm at, you know how online dating and more modern dating has created the this new little stage called talking. I guess in ye olden days it was courting or whatever, but now it's oh, we're talking. So I'm talking to 2 people. Have I ever dated? Yes. I've dated as an adult. I've dated 2 people, but before that, if you count middle school stuff, I can't count. I mean, it's not it's not a big number, but I just have forgotten because it doesn't matter to me now.
Yeah.
So I guess the segues into the next one is places where you find people. We both have found all of our partners online mostly.
Yeah, I'm a huge Xbox dater.
I have quote unquote dated people from Club Penguin and stuff when I was a kid, but that's not really comparable.
I don't get me wrong, I'll find people attractive in person from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about this more later at one point. But really it's just more like I have to find you attractive. I have to find you not worth it, but like worth telling my parents that I dig you and we could potentially be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to like make a big deal about in a relationship that I feel like isn't gonna last long or isn't gonna really happen or isn't gonna become a thing. Like I won't even say like, hey, I have a crush on this person, because I don't want people to feel like they have to force us together. Like I don't believe like, oh, we're just gonna be together if you guys force us. Like if I really wanted him, I would say something.
Yeah,
So
that's understandable.
yeah.
I, however, am not like that. I'm very passive, and like all of my stuff is like I do get crushes on people like in real life, but I don't tell them, and it's not because I'm like, oh, I have to like know for sure. It's just that like I'm so afraid of getting rejected, and like online, I mean, you still get rejected, but like it's way easier to like deal with the rejection of somebody not answering your message than it is to like be emotionally vulnerable for like 5 seconds and say, hey, I have a crush on you, and then be like, oh, I don't. Like,
Yeah.
it's different. um so you found people on Xbox,
Mhm.
and I find people like I haven't really, the last person that I dated like from Meat Space was like already a friend. I know that's a really weird term for in real life. I think it's fun. I use it. Um they were already a friend, and we'd already dated before. So, and then the next person after him was like somebody from Tinder, and then like that was it. That was 2 years ago, and I haven't dated anybody since.
Yeah.
Um so I find people on Tinder, and online dating can be really weird. There's a whole bunch of different rules, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel like even when you go on a date, there's a lot of rules.
Oh my god.
What?
It's only been 7 minutes.
Yeah. Even when you go on a date, I feel like there's a lot of rules, like unspoken rules, like, hey, you really shouldn't text a person after a date. But I feel like that's kind of silly. Like, if you knew you had a good time, be like, hey, I had a really good time tonight.
I feel okay. So when I first went on a date, for like not the first date ever, but like when I first went on a date where I felt like we might actually become something, for some reason I didn't want to text after the date immediately,
Mm-hmm.
but he did, and that freaked me out because I thought there was like some sort of 3 day rule because I watched too much TV, and like there's not, and I feel like there's no rules. You kind of just, I mean, there is rules and there isn't rules, and like you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want, but you have to feel what the other person wants first, or like what the type of the person the other person is.
Yeah, like my date was not your typical first date because he lives 3 hours away. I spent the night over there, but I also knew him on for a while. But a lot of people were skeptical because it's like, yeah, even though you know him online, you haven't actually met him in person. But like, I felt like I know him enough to be comfortable where I can spend the night and be okay.
Plus, haven't you already known each other for years anyway?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's way
that's what I
different. Like,
that's what they said I knew him before.
oh yeah. Well, yeah, you said that, but like
Yeah.
sometimes knowing before can only be like a couple of months or whatever.
Yeah.
But knowing them for years is different than just knowing them for like a month.
Yeah, and then we like always videoed, so I was super comfortable with him. It wasn't like a oh, and actually we talked about our date like a few months before it actually happened. Like me and him, whenever we get together, we always plan. We're like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna like sometimes we'll be like, oh, we're gonna do this, and when I get there, we're gonna do this and that. Like the one time he went to go bowling. Fortunately, that didn't happen because money isn't right all the time. But we had amazing dinner.
That's good.
But yeah, the thing that did happen really fast in our relationship is like meeting of the parents. Like his parents are separated, so he lives with his dad. So like I met his dad, but then like his mom would come over because she really just wanted to meet me, and I was just like, oh, okay. Like I guess that's fine, but then like he doesn't know any of my parents because they live in New Jersey, so it's kind of like a you're putting me in this type of situation, but you
Yeah.
don't want to do it reverse. And like I'll FaceTime my family over there, and like sometimes they'll want to see him, and he's like, I don't know about that, but he'll say like hi in the background to be polite, but he's still kind of like.
But you already met his parents?
Yeah, it's because he smokes weed and he doesn't want like my family to be like, oh, but like.
Oh well.
Yeah.
He'll have to meet them at some point.
Yeah, that's what I said. Wait. So the other day, totally diving into I love life at the moment. So the other day, I had Skittles in my car from the road trip back to Cali. And he was like, "Oh, these Skittles." I was like, "Yeah, they're from New Jersey." And he tasted them. He's like, "Oh my gosh, they taste so different."
No,
and I was
don't.
like, "How do they even taste different?" He was like, "I don't know. They just have more flavor to me." And I was just like. You guys are weird. It didn't taste different to me. It tastes different to Maddie and Adley though too, which is his best friend. And I'm just like, that's wild.
Haven't had New Jersey Skittles.
I have some in my car.
I haven't had Skittles in a while, so I have to have regular non-New Jersey Skittles first. But the only thing that's really different about the East and West Coast is that East Coast people are like. Well, let me say that West Coast people are way more passive.
I'm about to say, it's really hard to word it without being offensive.
Yeah. East Coast people are assholes.
We're just straightforward.
Yeah, East Coast people are straightforward and West Coast people are passive. And also in the East Coast, they call Reese's for some reason.
And we have a Wawa.
Yeah, and they have Wawa, which is great. It's like 7-Eleven, but better.
Yes.
And so... Yes, those are the difference between the East and the West Coast. Also, I feel like I don't know, whatever, we're done with that.
Moving on.
Moving on. So...
Oh, let's talk about your online people.
The people that I'm talking to right now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm talking to 2 people right now. One person I've been talking to longer than the other. So the one person I'm talking to, I've been talking since around early December, and I'll call him G. And so G and I have been talking for like a month, and he's really forward, and I feel like he knows what he wants, and what he wants is me. And that's all good and well, but like... I guess just... Okay, so, as I said, I'm trans. He's cis, or not trans. And I've never dated a cis person before. So I guess I'm kind of wary about that. Like, It used to be something that I really wanted. And I'm not saying that all trans people, like... want to date cis people or like should date cis people, but it was something that I wanted for me because at the time I wasn't in that great of a place and I really wanted it as like validation, because I was like, oh, if a cis guy wants to date me, then he really sees me as a guy and I'm actually a guy, when really the validation should come from inside. I am a guy, I know that now, whatever. But I'm not sure if I really want to date other cis people. Yep, no, I'm not sure if I want to date like cis people yet, because I've only ever dated trans people, and so I guess it's just new territory for me, and I'm like kind of worried about what his preconceptions of me could be.
Yeah.
And
you keep taking it slow, and he asks these questions that you're like, oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah. And like I'm just unsure, I guess, and I just the thing is that I want to be really nice about this just in case he ever finds this.
We're sugarcoating it right now, okay?
Yeah, he's not the greatest conversationalist. He's a little bit boring. And... Stephanie. He's a little bit... Like, we talk about stuff, and some of the times we talk about things, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is really cool. Like, we talked about Dungeons and Dragons. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really know a lot about you. I haven't told you a lot about me. I didn't really know what kind of music he liked until 2 days ago.
Oof.
I know. And he said everything except for mumble rap, and I was like, okay, you and everybody else on the planet, so, like... He doesn't even have a favorite artist. Like, we've talked about other thing like favorite musical artist. We've talked about other things, and it just kind of seems like he likes stuff and doesn't really have a strong opinion. And like I have strong opinions about a lot of things. So
See, when it comes to music, I don't think I have anybody I like my favorite, but I have people I don't like listening to.
yeah, I think it's easier sometimes to ask people what they don't like than what
Yeah.
they do like. But so yeah, and he hasn't really been flirty. And every time we've tried to set up a date, it's been like, okay, we're gonna go on a date, and then we don't plan anything until like that day, and then I have to cancel because I have to go say bye to my sister because she's going to college.
That was one very specific time that you just brought up.
Yeah, just one very specific time. A different time was we couldn't go on a date because I was going to New Jersey. So
Yeah, thanks, Lucas.
yeah, we
Road
drove
trip.
together. But I don't know. Like, I think I do like him. I think it's just that like there's a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to figure out, I guess.
Yeah. I think it's also like you guys need to take initiative when you guys have to be like, hey, we're planning this.
Mhm.
It's gonna be on this day. Like I told you, me and planned our date months ahead. Like
Mhm.
it was a day we set aside no matter what. So I think you need to do that.
I think that's good advice, but the thing is like right now since I have a choice, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. And then also, I think he's really waiting for me to take the initiative because he's been a lot because as I said I wanted to take it slow and I've let him know that I want to take it slow.
Mhm.
He's been really nice about that, but he's also kind of been pushy where he's been like, I'm ready to be your man whenever you want. I have to wait for you, blah 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 blah. Like the other night he even said like oh, I could have sex whenever I want. It's just I really want to have a relationship with you, so I'm willing to wait. And I was like, okay.
How did you feel when he said that?
When he said that he could have sex, it's really easy. If he could have
Mhm.
sex, I felt like he shouldn't have said that to me. It kind of made me mad.
Really?
Yeah, like why would you? I mean, I guess it could be sweet to say, oh, I could do whatever I want, but I really want you, you
Mhm.
know. But like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, oh, you can have sex. Listeners, I think it's because I haven't been with anybody in 2 years, so I was a little bit jealous. Um, like,
Yeah, you focus too much on the first part and not the second part.
yeah, I was like, oh, you can have sex whenever you want. Well, then go do it. Fuck off. Like,
Yeah, no, because I would find that sweet. I'd be like, okay, you better wait then.
Yeah. And even then, when it comes to sex, I'm like, oh my god, I'm afraid. But
Yeah.
that's a whole nother topic. So yeah, there's that one. And a good thing about him is that he's actually really good at texting back, which I like.
Mhm.
And then the other person is also trans. I'll call them Blue. They go by they pronouns, and they're really cool. Except for they are really bad at texting, and they're really forward. Which, I mean, they're also really forward, but they were flirting with me right off the bat,
Yeah.
whereas G wasn't. And so and Blue super liked me and everything, and I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. Asked for my phone number right away. G didn't do that. I had to wait like almost half a month. And G asked me out like before we'd ever even met. We still haven't gone on our date and everything, so I was kind of like, okay. So two very different people.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out like,
And not ask him out as in like ask him out on the date, but ask him out as in like ask him to be yours.
yeah. He legitimately said, I have something I've been wanting to ask you, and I was like, oh, he's gonna ask me about being trans, because people usually do that. They usually have questions. And he didn't. He was like, I've been wondering if you would be mine. And this is Christmas Eve, and I was like, bro, we've only been texting through Tinder. I don't know your last name. I don't know your social security number. No.
Give me your credit cards.
I don't know your social security number, your credit card, or your blood type, so we can't get this going. I don't know anything about you. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess, so on some level I found that to be like a pseudo online relationship because he asked me out like that and we hadn't really met. So in your online relationship, how did you go on about finding things out about your boyfriend?
Things about like what the
See, the thing is I don't really know a lot about his like personal life, I guess, other than the fact that I know I don't know where he works, but I know what company he works for.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he doesn't have a car, and I know something about his mom, but I don't really know his birthday, or like
You don't know his birthday?
I don't know his birthday.
Okay, so a lot of times what happen is I'll be bored and I'll be like, let's play a game. He'll be like, okay, sure. What game do you want to play? I always say, let's play like 21 questions or would you rather? Now I feel like
I think that can be really a fun way to flirt too.
yes, so that's a really fun way to flirt. It's hard playing Would You Rather because it's like, or any of them because it's like, are you gonna ask sexual questions? Are you gonna be normal? Are you gonna have some normal, some sexual? A lot of times it's both. So, but you always start with normal, simple questions like, okay, well, when's your birthday? Or would you rather do something like, would you rather go here or there? It just lets you know the person's personality and what they like to do without just being like, oh, I like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you, oh, I like this. Like, it's more fun that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're also gamers, so game is like our life.
Game is life.
So, life is a game, huh?
The face you made when you said that. Life is a game, ha.
So, it was just like that. And if not, we were just like, just sit there and talk. You know, it'd be like a late night and you're delirious and you just start talking about random stuff. It's just like, ha ha ha, let's talk about this. You know, I get the giggles, the late night giggles. So.
I think, like, the thing is he's waiting for me to initiate a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, like, not sure. So I don't, like, know this is what I want exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not really messaging and I'm kind of just waiting for him. But he's waiting for me, so it's like...
I think you're... Alright, for now, I'm going to be honest. I feel like you're feeling the other guy more.
Uh-huh.
So I think if you try talking to the other guy a little bit more and see if, you know, maybe... Because my boyfriend's a bad texter. Okay, I'm not going to lie. He's terrible. So a lot of times we do end up Skyping or FaceTiming because just like, you suck at texting. But phone call, A1. He'll talk. So it's just finding the right method of communication. So after you do that, I think you should talk to him a little more, see like where he's at, and then try for the other guy. But I also feel like you should give the other guy a chance. I feel like you're just really fearing him because he is cis. And I feel like you kind of need to break down the barrier because if you're never going to try it, you will never know.
That's true. And I wonder if he feels the same way about me because I'm trans, but like at the same, I'm really scared about like he said something like, "Oh, we could be each other's boyfriends and we could try new things." And automatically I was like, "Oh."
You took that sexually?
Yeah, well, I didn't really take it sexually. I took it like, "Oh, I'm not really I was like, is he talking about me being trans? Like I'm not a new thing to try out, like but I am like at the same time, like you know?
He's a new thing just like he's a new thing to you, just like you're a new thing to him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think you should just try it.
Yeah.
Try it. And you can even ask him like, hey, when you said that day, what did you mean? Did you just mean like trying new things together, like bike rides or something? Or like what? Because we're not very active, so that's going to be a lot of work to get us outside the house. Like I think for my first date with my boyfriend, we ended up going to downtown and we walked. And I was like, I don't walk nowhere. And then I'm also wearing like these booties. And I'm just like, oh. And then Matt Natty was with us because we were dropping him off somewhere. We was dropping him off and he was like, are you really going to mob in those? And I was like, yes. I gotta look cute. It's the first date.
I want to look cute for my date too, but like I don't really have any of my shirts and I don't really want to go to my parents' house. So, but I have sweaters and I can make it work.
Yeah.
So.
What would you wear to the winter dance?
No, I left that jacket at my parents' house.
Why did you do that?
Because I want to look nice when I went to Hollywood. Because I always feel dumb. I'm like, oh, I'm in Hollywood and I look ugly right now. I want to look fashionable. Even though Hollywood is a nasty tourist trap. We're on Hollywood and Vine. It was disgusting.
So, final thing. I think you should just give him a chance.
Yeah, I should just give him a chance. I just, like...
Especially because he's letting you set the pace.
Yeah.
Like, he's not forcing you. He's not rushing you. He might be a little pushy because he wants to see where your mind's at and you're not giving him anything. So he's like, hey, knock, knock.
Yeah. Anybody home?
Yeah.
I understand that. I guess I'm just, like, freaked out. And also I'm not so sure, like, if I'm actually into him or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and or if I'm like, my thing is like, yeah, we can talk on the phone, we can text all you want, but I kind of want to meet you in person.
Yeah.
And so like we already set that up, but he was really bad at trying to set up the date.
That's why you need to do
I
it.
know I should do it, but I want to wait until after this date with the other person, I think.
Okay. To see how that one goes first.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm afraid that he'll think just because I set up the date that means we're official, because that's what happened in my last relationship.
Well, then just make it clear.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, this is our first date. We're not really anything. You know, like at the end of the day, you still like I still have to ask you to be my boyfriend, and you still have to ask me to be your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So just make that clear. I feel like that's really important. Me and we're just kind of just we're on a date. You're kind of just mine, okay?
You're kind of just like...
But it's because me and him already had deep feelings for each other, and we
Yeah.
already had that connection. So it was just kind of.
I wonder if we should do a Valentine's Day date.
I say just do a Valentine's Day date.
That's true.
There's nothing like good food on Valentine's Day.
You'd be like, okay, let's do our date and let's do it on Valentine's, because I've never done Valentine's Day date before. And also, just to let you know, we're not official.
I feel like just a Valentine's Day alone though would make him feel special, because he knows you never had anybody, you never did anything for Valentine's Day with someone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey, we're doing something. Just like with my boo. Can't wait. Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But I'll have to see how this date with this other person goes.
Yeah.
If they'll text me, which is weird. I feel like I should say something, but I'll wait until later to be like, hey, how are you doing?
Yeah.
It's really weird when people are bad at texting. Especially when they like want to date you. I'm like, do you really though?
Yeah, it comes to a point where you have to just kind of understand them, because I told you.
Mm-hmm.
He's like that. So I'm just like, hey, like something. If I'll text him and I don't expect a response for a while, I just know that's him. But I can call him. He's bad with his phone anyway, okay? But I'm used to people like that in my life, because even my best friend back at home, she's not a phone person. Like, she never had her phone on her. If I wanted to get in contact with her, I have to call the house and like someone would pass her the phone. Like, she's just not a phone person at all. So
in this day and age,
yeah. So I'm like used to people like that. So when he was like that, I was like, okay, well that's fine. So I would have to call him a few times. But even if like sometimes he'll call me randomly at night because he like wants to talk to me. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like,
I just wanted to hear your voice.
yeah. And a lot of times he'll like get on Xbox and like send me a message and be like, hey, you want a video or call tonight? And I'm just like, sure, like we can do that. Or you want to play a game?
So I guess we kind of already talked about this, but we can talk about it more, like Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. So excited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't do flowers and chocolate.
No.
I don't like chocolate and I like to eat stuff, so can't eat flowers. No thanks. Unless they're chocolate covered. Like fake flowers.
Well, you get a chocolate rose, but you don't like chocolate.
I know.
So.
I don't mind white chocolate. Put some caramel in it.
Check
With
Walgreens.
a cherry. I ain't checking nothing, okay? I already gave him my list. He gonna say spinach optional. Like, no, I told you what was the menu for dinner on Valentine's Day. Thank you.
So tell them about your menu.
Okay, so my menu is 2 steaks, 3 corn on the cobs, some mashed potatoes, and some spinach. And yes, I am very fat. And
like
yes, that's
eat.
for me. I remember because he was like, okay, I grabbed 4, 1 for me. Because he's, like, my boyfriend's tiny. He doesn't eat a lot. Like, he eats maybe, like, 1/4 of what I'll eat. So, it depends. Sometimes he'll eat more, though, than that. I'd be like, okay, cool. And sometimes he'll only have a little bit, and he just makes me feel really fat. And it doesn't help because I finish eating before him anyway because he eats like a bird. But that's fine.
He's slow and he doesn't eat a lot.
I think he's full because he eats so slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I'm full. Whereas me, I'm like, that was good. So
I'm like that too.
So, but I don't know what else we're gonna do on Valentine's Day. Originally, he kind of wanted to go out for Valentine's Day, but I'm like, you can do that, but it'd be cheaper for both of us if we just eat in and we can have as much food as we want.
That's true. You could watch like movies and play games and stuff.
Yeah, he was like, so what do you want for breakfast? A salad? I said, no. Who wants a salad for breakfast? You can at least do eggs.
Eggs. A frittata.
Frittata.
It's like a salad-ish. It's an egg. It's egg and some other vegetables.
I was
Maybe
like,
some meat.
I don't eat healthy. What is this?
I eat healthy sometimes, but that's only just because, like, I kind of like healthy stuff, I guess. But then I'll eat a lot of it, so it ends up not being healthy.
Yeah. He tried to say it's because so one day I went to a gas station and grabbed a salad, and he was like, "So I thought you were okay with it," and I was just like, "You're shaking your head. It wasn't that bad. It was like the salads they serve us at school." So,
Oh.
so I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, I see where you're getting at, but I'm not having a salad on Valentine's Day.
Actually, talking about the salads I have at school, I've heard somebody say that the chicken salad sandwich that they have at 7-Eleven is better than the chicken salad sandwich at school.
Really?
And I'm like, I don't know. I've never had the chicken salad sandwich at school. I had the tuna salad sandwich.
Oh, the chicken salad sandwich is really nasty.
It's gross. I wouldn't eat it anyway. I'm only a tuna person.
I'm a both person, but
Makes sense. Yeah, Valentine's Day sounds like it could be fun. Are you gonna give him a gift or anything? Your presence is his present.
Yeah, my presence is present. I've thought about it, to be honest, and I was like, I don't know. Because it's like, do you, like, for Valentine's Day, whose job is it to give someone a gift?
You both get each other a gift.
That's what I said, right? And someone was like, no, I can't remember who said this, but someone was like, no, it's really the guy's thing to, like, give you a gift. I was like, we're not in Japan, okay? We don't have a white day to give back, so...
Also, that's some heterosexual nonsense.
And I was just like...
Everybody gives everybody a gift.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. But I think... I can't really say it just in case. But actually, I feel like he won't want... I
don't know. We'll bleep it out.
Yeah. So... And then, let me tell you. Okay, I'm rewinding a little bit. Oh, it's okay. I'll just say it later. So one of my friends told me that I think I told you this already. Might have that it's bad to like hand make a scarf and give it to your boyfriend. Like it's like means you guys are definitely gonna break up. It's just bad luck. It's just all this. And I was like, I don't know.
I'm interested to know who said this because it sounds very stupid.
So I was just like, I don't think so, because that's not why people break up. Like, people break up from miscommunication, from a whole bunch of horrible things.
Yeah, cheating.
Which is a whole bunch of horrible things.
Yeah.
So I was like...
A scarf, yeah, that's definitely what put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, so I was like, that's not a real reason. I think that's just people trying to give an explanation to the breakup. Like, oh, I give him this, or I told him he better use it. If he's not going to use it, I'm taking it back, and I'm going to wear it myself.
It's like a wives' tale.
Yeah.
Like a little hoax, like an urban legend. Like, oh, if you eat water if you eat and then go swimming within an hour, you'll die. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I was just like, I don't believe that, and I believe, like, if you believe in something, then it's gonna come true. If you don't believe in it, it won't. So
yeah.
I'm like, I don't believe it. Me and him are gonna be together for a minute, okay? I know he wouldn't really break up with me unless I did something really, really outrageous. And I know I wouldn't break up with him unless he did something really, really outrageous.
Yeah, so you're fine.
Yeah. So.
That's weird.
Yeah. I was just like, okay. She at the end of the day, she was just like, it's fine, you do you. I'm pretty sure nothing will happen. I like hope you guys.
Why'd she even say that to you in the first place?
I don't know, but I was just like, it's fine.
So if I do have, might be a weird question. So if I do have that date on Valentine's Day, do I bring him something?
Me personally, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because you guys aren't something. I mean, if you want, you can bring him like a thing of chocolate.
Yeah, if he was drinking age, I could bring him alcohol.
I'm drinking age.
Yeah. Yeah, for the sake of the podcast, he's also 21. Actually, he's probably gonna he's 20, so close. Yeah. I guess. I don't even know if he likes to drink. I haven't asked that question yet.
You know what I can give my boyfriend? Chocolate. First of all he does is eat chocolate, okay?
Does he like Wonder Balls?
No.
He doesn't? They're so
I
good.
don't think so.
They're like the chocolate ball with like...
I know what they are. They're disgusting.
Well, the thing inside is disgusting. But the chocolate's fine.
His favorite thing is Nutty Butters. Nutty Butter. I was like, okay. So every time I go to like Walmart or something, I'll just grab him a whole thing. I think last time we grabbed 4 boxes, I was there for like 2 days and he finished them. He's wild.
It's always weird. I saw this tweet that was like, living with somebody is wild. I bought a package of like 24 Gushers and there's 6 left. Like, and then my friend was like, yeah, my boyfriend bought 6 donuts and ate all of them in one night. And I was like, I mean, come on.
Next podcast, roommates.
Yeah, roommates. Like, I don't know. So if I would bring him something, chocolate, I don't know if he likes chocolate, but I could just try.
Yeah.
Here.
I also did not finish his second gift I was supposed to give him for winter. Which is fine, because he gave me this gift for Christmas, and he gave me a necklace for Christmas, and then he got me Overwatch just because he said he was going to give it to me.
So you could play together?
So we can play together. It was really the gift for both of us, so we can both play. So I can play a game, his favorite game, and he can play it with me. Well, so we could play with each other. So then his second gift, I did not finish, and I was rushing so bad to get home the last time, because I already woke up late. He let me oversleep, because I told him, my alarm went off, I said, okay, wake me up when your game is done. He did not wake up. He did not wake me up. He saw YouTube and started watching a video, and I was like, are you serious? So I woke up, because I heard something, and I was like, you're on YouTube, bro, what time is it? I gotta go. Like, so I was super late. I didn't have time to grab the gift, because I had to hide it, for other reasons. So I hid it. I already told him where I hid it. So I hid it in his bathroom in like the bottom drawer, because he never opens that drawer. And I just like wrapped it, folded it up, and I was like, oh, gotta go. It's gonna have to stay here. I'll work on it next time. But the problem was this time his friends didn't come over to kidnap him like they normally do. So I was like, I have no time to work on this gift.
Do it while you're in the bathroom.
He goes in the bathroom with me. It's not like we're very open.
Oh, that's another question. Well, another thing, because since we are talking about dating, when do you guys fart in front of each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we have no filter with each other.
So at what point in the relationship do you like do that stuff?
I feel like as long as you're comfortable around them, as long as they're comfortable around you, it's fine. Like, I did it with Zach right off the bat. Like, no filter. Like, even when we were video, I would just burp and fart. And he'd like when he has a habit of saying bless you when I burp, so it's just like a thing. And I'd be like, thanks. And it just happens. And we're there in person, we do a whole bunch of things. And he has like a vanity and then like the bathroom. And you know how I am in the bathroom, I leave the door open. So it's still like that. I just close the vanity door and he'll like come in, brush his teeth, try to have a whole full-blown conversation. Like we not in the bathroom. And sometimes he'll be sitting in the bathroom and you can hear from the vent in his room. And we'll have a full-blown conversation while one of us is in the bathroom taking a deuce. So
that's how it is with me and my sister.
So it's just like that.
Yeah. See, I like that. My cousin, when she and her husband were dating, before they got married, he said something like, if you don't fart in front of me, you don't love me. And so I took that to heart. I'm like, yeah, that's how it is.
It's funny though, because when he sleeps, he'll cover his face with the covers, and
no,
at night is when I let it go. Like there's no so. Like, normally when I'm up, I'll hold it in, like, a little bit. It won't just be like, boom, 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 boom. It'll be like, boom, boom, boom. When I go to sleep, it'd be boom, 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 boom. So...
You're Dutch ovening him?
Yeah. So, and he'll just, like, as soon as I fart, he'll just be like, ooh, and bring his head above the cover. And he'll just start laughing. It's just so
I know,
funny.
I can't smell, so...
Yeah.
I'll never have to experience that.
I know, that's always a perk being with you.
Yeah.
Not holding in farts.
I know, everybody, like, one of my friends, she's like, oh, yeah, I silently fart around you all the time because I know you can't smell. And I'm like, what the fuck? You silently fart around me, but I don't actually fart around you because I know you don't like it. And so every time we hang out, I get stomach aches? What the hell? That's cool that you guys are like that. So, Have we really talked about the fact that you guys are long distance? I mean, we brought it up at the beginning.
I think we kind of brought it up when. I think we brought it up here and
Yeah.
there.
But is there anything else you want to talk about the fact that you're long distance? Like, do you feel like, I don't know, do you have anything you want to say else about long
No.
distance relationship? No, not really.
Not about ours. Like, I feel like with other things, it might be like, oh, you might be nervous, like something else is gonna happen. But like, I haven't felt that way with him. Like,
Yeah, I've been in long distance relationships. Every single relationship I've been in has been a long distance one, which is why I'm really adamant about the fact that I want to date somebody I can make out with. And so I've never really felt like I was going to be cheated on or anything, and I've never felt like I was never anxious about any of that kind of stuff. Because I was just nervous about like the next time we were gonna meet or something, and yeah, I was just nervous about I was just nervous about the next time we were gonna meet, and like I guess you always have, like, if you're in a long distance relationship, you have to communicate constantly, because, well, at least in my relationships, because I'm like super anxious, and like texting is really not the best medium because you can like read into it whatever.
yeah.
And so you always have to like know for sure or whatever. One relationship we were mostly texting. We didn't call each other. I don't know why. But another one we did call each other sometimes. So I don't know. Long distance relationships are weird.
Yeah. Personally, I feel like I always prefer video. Like, videoing is my go-to. I don't really, like, I'm a texter. I'm a huge texter. I can text all day. But at the end of the day, I just want a video. I don't even want to call. Just video me. But video kills your battery on your phone a lot faster. So calling is what you do.
Yeah.
When your phone's about to die, you're like, all right, I got to charge my phone. You got to hold up. So then you just call them and be like, hey. And then you guys just continue talking all night. Me and my boyfriend, we do this thing where... me and my boyfriend... We do this thing where we'll call each other and we'll fall asleep.
That's kind of cute. I always wanted something like that.
Yeah, and then sometimes his phone would die. Sometimes we'll make it in the morning. The problem with making it to the morning with him is he's not, like, always on his phone. Like, I'll be on his phone, he'll be asleep. He'll be up, and, like, you can hear the dogs. You can hear him talking to the dogs. You can hear him walking around. You can hear him even playing the game. And I'll be like, hello? Hello? Hello, and then like I get nothing. So then I would
Does
like
he not have you on speaker?
no. So then I would have to like text him or send him a message on Xbox, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah," and then he'll pick up the phone back, "Hello." And sometimes he'll like. Sometimes the next time he looks at his phone is the time he has to hang up because he has to call like his mom or a friend, and I'm just like, okay. You better call me back after this. So.
Well, it's good that you guys are talking all the time. Like, I feel like that creates intimacy and stuff like that, especially when it's hard because you can't see each other all the time.
Yeah, the only time we don't talk is when his friend's over, and they come over a lot. Like, at one point I was like, what the fuck? Like, when is it my time? So when, like, last time when I got over there, it was like his friend was over there, I was like, why are they here? Like, I don't, like, don't get me wrong, I like, love his friends, I see them as my friends, but when I first get there, I just wanted to be me and him, okay? I already had to drive 3 hours, I'm tired as fuck, I probably had, like, a long day, I just packed, got up, took a shower, got ready, just went over there. 3 hours, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to, like, eat dinner and go to sleep. But his friends over there last time, and it's like, why are you guys here? Last time they wanted me to take them somewhere, I was like, that's fine. But then they didn't want to go. They're like, oh, never mind. I'm just like, I don't want you guys to be here. Like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I don't want to be there. And then the one's like, oh, when are you going to make those delicious desserts you made last time? Like, I don't know. Maybe the next time, but not right now. I'm going to bed. Like.
Have you talked to him about this?
I think I did. I think I brought it up when we were in the car the one time. I think we went to Walmart. Me and him do Walmart trips a lot. So, and that's
you're a Walmart couple?
Yeah, we're a Walmart couple. But he always dressed looking tired because he always feels like he has to get dressed up. And I'm like, I'm in my PJs, let's go. I remember the first time I went out in PJs with him, and he was like, "Are you not gonna get dressed?" And I was like, "No." But then like all that week, like we only hung out for like maybe 3 or 4 days, and one of his friends was like, "Are you not gonna hang out with us now?" And I'm just like talking to him though, not like I'm like, bro, it only been like 4 days, like. Not even. That was 3 days then. Like, chill out.
Also, they live close to each other. Like, they can all hang out whenever.
Right. And I'm just like, what? And then, like, Maddie Natty, no offense to him, but he always comes over, too. I'm just like, it's fine. But to get him away, it's easy. I'm just like, hey, we're about to create sins. I need you to go away. And he'll just leave.
Create sins.
And he'll just leave. So he's like, oh, okay, time for me to go.
Bye, peace. Does he have a car? Does he just like
no?
leave?
But he's a walker.
Oh.
He's like has no problem walking back to his house. So he's easy to get rid of.
Oh my god.
And Zach isn't also like that. He doesn't like voice anything we do in our relationship to his friends like that. So whenever I say something, he's like, "Are you really gonna say that?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm making them leave, okay, in the nicest way possible.
Does he understand why you're doing it? Okay,
he understands. Something like the last time, like that's why his friend was like, "Oh, you don't want to hang out with us anymore," because he was like, "No, I'm just gonna hang out with NC," and his friend said that, and then just like, "Go away, it's our time." Like,
yeah, like you guys gotta understand that they're like dating, and like sometimes you just want to be with each other.
Yeah. Like, I get it. We spent a day with each other, but I'm only here for like 4, so let us spend like 3 out of the 4 days with each other.
I'm so excited to start dating, mostly because like I don't know my whole roommate situation, but if he's actually gone, then I have that extra bed. Like, I can have people spend the night.
Yeah.
That's it. I can have people spend the night. We can hang out. I can push the beds together. Put sheets on them.
They did that.
They did?
I know, that's why I was kind of hoping I didn't have a roommate, especially because they're talking about coming out here. Like, they're supposed to come out here Wednesday for Valentine's. I'm like, cool. And, like, if I didn't have a roommate, he could just stay with me. But
he could stay out on the couch.
Yeah.
He could sleep at my place.
When he meets he'll probably just wanna.
Yeah.
So, but it's fine because like it's him and like 2 of his other friends. So I'll just take him back and we'll just spend the night at his house. The perk about being his place is his bed, I guess. Downfall, the ants.
The ants.
The ants are fucking ridiculous. Like, I hate ants so much, and I just want to go and pour 7 everywhere on the floor. Like, boom, 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 die, get off the bed. Because sometimes it'd be in our bags, and like I'll go put my bag on the floor. Like, it'd be on the bottom. I'll put my bag on the bed, and then they'll go from my bag to the bed. And I'm like, no. And then there's the red ones, so then they bite. It's a whole thing.
Fire ants. Do they not have like traps or anything? Like,
no.
They should call an exterminator.
And he has like this one part in his room where they keep coming up, but he covers it with a chair. So I'm just gonna bring the 7. Normally the 7 is like really harmful to animals because how like they bite their nails and they like practically lick the ground when they do that. So I'm like, it's fine because they never go in that area. I think it'd be okay if I just put the 7 down.
You can just paint over the hole.
Well, it's like in the ground.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah,
so I'm like, I'm just gonna put the 7 on it. It's gonna be okay. Dogs never go there. It's covered anyway. And
if they try to go over there, just make sure they don't go over there.
They don't. They really don't. Okay, so his dogs, they have a path. They have a path from the door to his bed. That's the only path they have. They don't linger anywhere else in his room. They don't even go under his bed. Like, it's just on his bed or by the door. That's it. Oof. And then the one really is just all about, but a lot of times he'll throw like things on the ground. Like, I think the last time he took like a shower and he threw the towel on the ground just because. First of all, but he would lay it out so cute, like it's a little raincoat and like for you to step over a puddle or something. And I'm just like, okay.
How romantic.
Okay. moving on from me and my boyfriend because I could talk about him all night.
I know, it's cute. Well, next would be like dating anxieties, but I don't know. You don't like? Do you have any?
No, I think I would if I like wasn't comfortable with him, but I'm so like comfortable with him that I'm fine. Like,
did you have no anxieties before, like when you starting to talk with each other, or like was there anything where you're like, I don't know, or like anything you had to talk about?
See, I don't know because it's personal to him. So,
well, you don't have to talk. Like, you don't have to say anything that you don't want to talk about. We just talk about me. If you don't want to talk about that.
He so at one point when we were talking, he was just at like a dark point, I guess. And we would have our moments where it was just kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you bringing me down with you? And I didn't view it like that for a while, but it got to the point where I'm just like, I would try to lift him up, and he was just not having it. But that was like years ago. He's better now, but like then it was just like, bro,
it's hard being a teenager.
Yeah, then it was just kind of like, I don't even know what to say right now. Like, you're making me feel bad. You're feeling bad. Like, this isn't going well. So I was just like, I don't know. And then eventually we just kind of like went our separate ways for a while after that because it's just bumping heads. That's about it.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, so I guess that was my sorry. I guess that was my fear going into this relationship. If we ever had like really bad times, if we would just constantly be in a slump and not really pick each other up or get out of it. But I feel like it should be fine.
Yeah, you guys seem like you're doing really well.
Yeah, we are. We are doing really well.
It's really like, I don't know. It's just nice to see when my friends get into like good relationships. Like, I'm not really gonna talk about my friends' relationships right now because I don't think that's like my place. But I do have like some friends where I'm like, oh, like wish you could have like. I wish you could do better, or like you know, like.
I guess another anxiety is like my family not accepting him, but my dad's cool with him. My dad's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna have cute babies if you guys still last." I was like, "Dad, you're not supposed to even be saying that. You're the one who's like, oh, I'm the type to like get a shotgun ready." And now he's like, "Oh, you guys will make such cute babies." Well, he's still kind of like both, but he's more like, "Oh, if you guys stay together, it's a good thing. But if not, that's fine too." Like,
what about your mom?
My mom's like, he needs to get his life before you even date him. And I'm just like, okay, Mom. I'm still dating him. She likes to call him my friend. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, your mom. I guess, like... Well, those are two things. At least it's like you don't have like a million things like where you're like, oh, I don't know. Like, you seem to... have your ducks all in a row, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My two fears in our relationship. And the one isn't really a fear, it's just something that's there, because I already said we're dating, so.
Yeah. And the one is like, you just have to like talk.
And that's why I think we realized, like, well, he realized, because I always say he needs to talk to me, but we would kind of like just shut down and like cut me out. But we talked about it, and I don't think that's gonna be a problem this time around if something like that happens. So,
well, that's good. For me, just going into dating, like, we've already talked about this earlier, but me dating cis people, because I already have this thing where I'm like afraid of how they perceive me or whatever. Like, I don't want them to see me a certain way just because I am trans. And I don't want them to like expect certain things from me because I am a certain way.
Yeah.
But I guess I just have to talk to people already. Talk to them about that. Or like, I guess my thing is just I have like an anxiety disorder. So my anxiety makes it really hard for me to set boundaries, and like I'm just afraid I'm not going to be able to like communicate what I want, and I'm going to get stuck in a bad place like I was with my last relationship.
Yeah.
So, not that I'm going to like put this on other people, but I feel like being able to talk to friends or whatever, like we'll all be able to figure this out together.
Mm-hmm.
And like because I already went through that bullshit, I'll be able to like see it in other places, and I'll be able to stop it before it happens, hopefully, and then like I'll know I can do it because I'll have like a support system. Um but like I don't know, just my mom said this to me. She said, "Oh, your anxiety is so bad. I don't know how you even like date people." And like that felt weird to me cuz I was like, "Yeah, my anxiety is bad, but um my desire to like be with another person, I guess, trumps that."
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But like, listen, love conquers all.
Yeah,
Okay, mom?
love
Chill
conquers
out.
all. It's just that like good anxiety and bad anxiety. Like dating is not like I don't know. I actually don't know how I'm able to do it, but I guess I just want to kiss somebody so bad that I'm like, I don't fuck it. Like I'll just go. I'll just go on this date. I don't know.
I feel like dating is always an anxiety because it's like you don't know if it's gonna work out with that person. You don't know if it's gonna last. Like, let's say even when you get married and have kids, like there's still a possibility that. Sorry. Okay, let's not talk about fears right now. But
No, look, it's fine.
okay, but like even if you get married and have kids, there's like a possibility that you guys still end up getting a divorce. Like there's always just that possibility of it not working out. And since divorces are like something people aren't really are more inclined to do, that that it's like not a big deal anymore. Which is why I think we looked this up and it was like, oh, like we're like our generation is inclined to getting married later in life because we're so scared of divorce. Like we like fear it because so many people around us have got divorced.
Yeah, so like the divorce rate I think is like what, 50%
I think
or something like
it's
that.
something high, like
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's like 50%, but it's a high percentage.
yeah.
And so like millennials, I know for a fact, are getting married like way later. Like the
Mhm.
average I think the average like age to get married is like 36, which feels weird to me because I hear that and I'm like, okay, people are getting married later. But then I'm actually seeing a lot of people getting married younger.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, they're saying one thing, but I'm experiencing an entirely different thing.
Yeah. Personally, I want to be married before I'm 30 because I want to have my kids.
God willing.
I want to have my kids between the age of 25 and 30. So,
I want. I thought about this the other day, and I don't think I want to get married until I'm 30 something. Like, I think I do want to wait, but
mhm.
that's also because I haven't done a lot of dating. Another anxiety that I just remembered is that, like, I feel like, um, inexperienced.
Yeah.
So because I'm like inexperienced, I'm like, oh, like people have expectations of me because they think that like if they don't know I'm inexperienced, they like think I know how to do something, so they're gonna
Yeah.
expect that I know how to do this or whatever. And like I brought that up with G the other day because
Mhm.
I was like, oh well, I'm awkward because I haven't dated a lot of people. I've only had sex with one person. Like
Yeah.
now everybody knows that. So like I don't. I guess I'm just afraid like people aren't gonna like me or whatever because I don't know a lot. Because some people are willing to teach you things and other people aren't. But
yeah.
I don't know. But my therapist said that if like if something like that is happening, if it doesn't match up, whatever, then they're just not meant to be in your life.
Yeah. Like me and Zach, we were both inexperienced, so it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, oh, okay. Haven't really done much of this. You want to just try it out and see how it is? And we're just like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also good to like know your limits for that moment. It's like, okay, but we're only gonna do this. Like we're not gonna do anything else, just this. And he's like, okay. I think I kind of lucked out with that too, that he's so like accepting of everything.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm like, hey, I don't want to do this, he'll be like, that's fine. Like, we don't have to do that. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Do you have any like advice for single people?
Advice. Let's see. Don't be scared to take chances.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spread yourself too thin, though.
Mm-hmm.
Know your self-worth. That's good for anything, okay? Even when it comes to jobs. Know your self-worth. Bitch, you ain't paying me enough. Bye.
Or I am qualified for this position. Give it to me.
If not, bitch, bye. So like,
Listen to your friends.
Yes, listen
Oh
to
my God.
advice.
Listen to your friends. If your friends do not like the person you are dating, not all the time, but if your friends do not like the person you're dating or the person you're talking to, this is more at something that I've experienced. If your friends don't like the person, you should listen to them because there's probably a reason.
It's only if they don't like them and they actually got a chance to know them. Like if they just
Yeah.
met them and they're like, "Hey, I don't like that person," then don't really take it to heart because they haven't even got to know the person. So it's kind of like, well, how do you know? Like,
Mhm.
so
I feel like if you've told them enough, or if you tell them everything and then your friends know everything you told them, then maybe they can make a decision, but even then they're only seeing it from your side.
yeah. And I feel like sometimes your side can be a little biased depending on the situations going on. But sometimes listen to your friends' advice because some people actually give really good advice, and then others just don't take it, and it really doesn't help them, and they're still in the same situation. And
Yeah. But then also for those friends, like, don't push your friend to do something. Just
yeah,
let them know your opinion. Because I know specifically for me, when I was in this one position, everybody hated this guy that I was friends with. And, like, I was like, okay, yeah. And he was terrible. And, yeah, he was terrible. And everybody hated him. And I listened to them and I was like, oh, yeah, but. And I just kept making excuses and kept making excuses. And then finally, I realized, I woke up one day and I was like, yeah, he fucking sucks. And so then we no longer are friends and he moved away. Hallelujah.
but it's kind of weird because even though with that situation, because I know exactly what you're talking about, like people started liking him,
Yeah.
but they still didn't really get to know him.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, you're an okay person to hang out with, like. But at the same time, it's just no. Like,
I kind of didn't understand how anybody could hang out with him.
well, I verbally told him I hate him, and he
Mm-hmm.
knew that, and he still invited me out to go grab something to eat,
Mm-hmm.
and we did. I was like, sure, I'm not doing anything. I hate you, and I love food, so let's go sit down and talk about why I hate you, because that's what he wanted to know. He wanted to know why I hated him. So
He always wanted to know, and I'd be like, bro, I can't tell you.
yeah, so we would just sit down and I would just explain why I hate him, and we ate. It was fine. And then at the end, we got done eating. He's like, "Hey, you want to like go back and like hang out at the apartment complex?" And I was like, "No, I'm good. This is where it ends, Like, thanks for the food. It was fun. Like, it's not like he paid for it. Like, I paid for my own. He paid for his, so it wasn't like
A date or
a
anything.
date or anything. So it was just like, okay, cool, bye. Like, catch you later."
Yeah, like him specifically, it was really weird because he did want to know why people didn't like him, and I think he like wanted to know what it was about him that like turned people off so much.
Mm-hmm.
And he seemed like he wanted to change, but he just didn't.
Yeah.
And he always said he was going to change, but he never did. And another piece of advice is people don't change unless they want to change.
Yeah. And a really good advice for dating is don't be on your phone on a date. It's really rude. Like, unless it's going like super bad and you're secretly telling your friend, but even then, just go to the bathroom and do it and be like, hey, can you get me out of this situation? But don't just like pick up your phone and start texting because it's extremely rude. Like, they're giving your time just like they're giving you their time just like you're giving them their time. That's okay, fuck it. You know what I'm trying to say. So it's like extremely rude to be on the phone. Even with friends, it can be kind of rude. Like, unless you're at the point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be on my phone, so you be on your phone too. So that way I won't feel bad.
Yeah, also find out each other's love languages. Like, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the touch.
Yeah.
If you're a physical lover or
So
Emotional.
there's 5 of them. There's a touch. Oh my gosh. Touch, 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 touch. Those are the 5 love languages. There's touch, words of affirmation, gifts, quality time. I'm not counting these, so I don't know. And then a couple of other ones. Like mine is quality time.
Mine is touch.
So if I'm giving you my time, then like it's real.
Yeah, and you should always look up each other's signs because there's just some signs that just
Don't mesh.
don't mesh.
So what sign are you?
I'm a Leo, and my boyfriend's a Virgo, and we don't have the best sign, but it says as long as you guys can get past like the understanding, it'll be fine. And I'm like, cool.
I'm a Pisces. Blue is a Pisces, and G, I don't know.
He's slacking.
Yeah, NC told me I should find out, and I guess I should. But
yeah,
I message him right now on Snapchat. Hey, what is your sign?
he seemed kind of aggressive, so I'm gonna guess either a Virgo or a Leo.
A Virgo or a Leo. Ooh.
Oh, my boyfriend is very initiative too.
What if he was a Scorpio? I'd be like, okay, I kind of have to date you now.
I'm supposed to get along with the really long one that starts with an S.
Sagittarius.
Yeah,
that's what Allie is.
Those are Aries. Like my mom's Aries, which is funny how my parents were together because my dad's a Leo. So, and one of my close friends back at home is an Aries too. So
I don't like Aries because I grew up with 2 of them.
Ooh, actually, I think both my best friends are Aries back at home.
My mom is an Aries and my sister is an Aries and I'm a Pisces, so they're aggressive and I'm like a whiny baby because I'm a Pisces. So it doesn't work out. And my dad's a Capricorn and I don't really know much about Capricorn, so
Capricorns.
Who knows? I know 3 Capricorns and they're all very different people. So they're on thin ice.
Yeah.
If he's a Capricorn, I don't know. So advice. So I guess breakups, like.
Oh yeah, the text breakups. So which form? Obviously.
The best way to break up, the worst way to break up, how you've broken up.
Yeah, so the best way to break up is obviously in person, but there's a lot of emotional things when it comes to breaking up in person that you don't have to deal with in other forms of breakup.
Yeah. If you just ghost, it doesn't matter to you anymore. But it sucks a lot for the other person because they never got closure. They don't know why you're not talking to them anymore or whatever.
And especially if we're supposed to be dating and then you just ghost. And it's just kind of well, are we even together anymore? What's happening? You haven't talked to me in a while.
At what point do you consider yourself single?
For me, after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks?
Yeah, after 2 weeks and you're not responding at all is done.
I had one relationship where
it depends on the circumstance. I had this one time this person didn't talk to me because his grandpa was in the hospital and he was always at the hospital, and you know how hospitals and phone services just don't work. So I got that, understood that, and I was okay. But sometimes people just don't give you a reason, or they use a lame excuse oh, something was going on, and it's just well, why didn't you tell me? We're supposed to be close and you didn't tell me.
Yeah, it kind of shows that the other person is a coward.
Yeah, so it depends.
My dad, once I was asking for dating advice. Don't go to your dad for dating advice unless your dad is good at other things.
My dad came to me the other day and he asked my opinion on a matter with this other chick, and he was good. I was always curious about your womanly views.
Womanly views.
Okay, Dad.
Alright, Dad. That's weird. My dad, I asked him for advice on how to deal with a situation that I was in that was really serious and had to deal with somebody I was dating. And you know what his advice was? Ghost.
Ghost them.
I said no. And so I fixed it. kind of, I guess. I wouldn't really say I fixed it. We ended up breaking up. It's fine. Um, but yeah. And I've also been pseudo ghosted before, I guess. Like, I was dating somebody, and, like, for a week, they kind of were shitty at, like, responding. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And then finally, at the end of the week, they're like, oh, we have to break up because I guess I don't like you as much as I thought I did. And I was like, awesome. Just said that. You could have just said that as soon as you felt that emotion.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, people feel like they have to start backing away from the situation when they
Mm-hmm.
feel like, oh, I don't like this person anymore. So they'll slowly start ghosting you, then come out of nowhere and be like, hey, we gotta break up. But
Mm-hmm.
that's how you know it's about to happen. It's like they slowly just back away. Instead of them just saying, hey, I don't feel like this is working out, they're just like, hi. And you're like, hey, like, I've been trying to reach you all this time. And they're just like, yeah, that's cool. And, like,
And I don't love you anymore. I'm taking the kids.
oof. Ah, pay child support.
Divorce. So yeah, that sucks. Is like the thing about relationships. Another piece of advice is like if you're feeling something, say it.
Yes, communication is everything.
Communication, communication, communication.
Even if you're like, even if you are still kind of into them, but you're just feeling like something's wrong or something's like, there's like some sort of tiny disconnect and you don't know what it is, just reach out and be like, hey, I feel like this. Um, you can say because of this, and that, or just because, just be like, hey, I'm feeling this type of way. I want to know like your opinion on this, or like even if it's something about you guys, because that's good to like get your opinion on your relationship with each other.
Mm-hmm. Just to
Um,
check in and see how things are going.
yeah, because you can't just assume. I feel like a lot of people assume things,
Yeah.
and it's like no.
You know what they say about assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
So
Yeah. So breakups are hard, but they happen, and you'll get through it.
yeah,
Time heals all wounds. Don't check up on them. Don't read their blog. Don't.
unless you're weird like I am, because sometimes I feel like I would do that.
Oh, I have done that. I do it sometimes still. I'm like, oh, let me check up on so and so. And even it's not that I have any feelings towards that person or not anymore or whatever.
Mhm.
It's just like, I guess I want to see
How they're
how they're
doing.
doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a really weird situation. Well, I guess we should end this with talking about the shortest relationships you've ever been in.
Yeah.
End it with on a little funny, weird note.
So it was high school. Gonna call him R. So R was like, me and him used to always flirt in class. We had all the classes together because that's how like my school worked. Um, no, it wasn't high school, middle school actually.
Oh, it was middle
It
school?
was yeah. Well, it was summer, so we were like freshmen.
In high school?
Yeah, but it was like that transition.
Mm-hmm.
And me and him used to always flirt, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask him. So I asked him out, and he was like, sure, like yeah. And then we were like talking, whatever. And apparently, like hours later, he's like, hey, I can't do this. he's like, I can't do this. So I already have a girlfriend, and I'm just like, then why did you say yes? Like, and I was like, does your girlfriend know? Because I wasn't like trying to become between him. I didn't really know he had a girlfriend because she's like an online girlfriend. I never heard him talk about her or anything. So so he was just like, yeah, she knows, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, well as long as you guys are cool, I guess. Like, it's only the first day I wasn't that invested into it. But it's just kind of like, why did you say yes? And then when you have a girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
like that's a red flag to me.
Yeah.
If I was the other chick, I'm like, you said what? Nah, bro.
yeah.
I can't. I'll wait.
Uh, Mine is in middle school. This is before I'd come out as trans or like anything. In middle school, I was just trying to figure myself out. As we all are. And like I was like, oh, like one of my friends, she had a crush on me, and I was like, well, I've never dated a girl before. Maybe I like girls. I don't know. So I tried dating her, and like the whole entire day, I just had this like weird feeling in my stomach, and like I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, do I like her? I don't know if I do. And so, like, we dated, I guess, at school, and then I broke up with her because like, I just couldn't deal with it. But
You knew.
and that's when I decided that I didn't really like girls. No, I still thought I did, but I just thought I hadn't found the right girl. And then I found out I was trans, and then I found out I was only liked boys, and so here I am.
The history of life.
The history of life. You can find out more about that on my other podcast I'll be doing called Gay Old Time.
I have to sing. It's gonna.
Well, see you next week.
Bye.